Well, fall is in the air, isn't it? Hey, I love this time of year. This is one of my favorite times of year. I really love being up in the mountains, going up and seeing the aspen trees starting to change colors. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love the way the temperatures kind of get down to where it's not too cold, but it's not too warm. Some of my favorite times to go camping is the fall time, believe it or not. That's a big reason why I hunt, is it gets me out in the outdoors during the fall. But, and I'm starting to think about hunting in September. It's bow season. Hey man, I'm starting to think about it. Sorry. That's just the way I work. And hopefully maybe you are too. If you're not a hunter, that's fine too. But what's the question for September? Let's check it out, huh? Let's see where we're at. I can't believe we're in September already. It's nuts. Time just really flies when you're having fun, right? Even when you're not having fun, it still flies. This question comes from Charlie Sims of Green River, Wyoming. Lance, I am writing to ask you your expert advice on maintaining my home's boiler system. This is a great question for this time of year. This time of year, we're starting to get that little colder nights, and this is a great time to start thinking about your heating system coming up. And that's what Charlie's actually asking about. He says, I was wondering if you could tell me when the best time of the year is to call for maintenance on my boiler. I want to make sure that it is running efficiently and safely, and I want to avoid any potential issues that might arise during the colder months. This is great thought here, Charles. This is the time of the season that you want to really look into your heating system. You want to make sure that your furnaces are being taken care of, your boiler systems are being taken care of. Now, we don't do sorry, I keep hitting that. We don't do forced air here at Aspen Mountain Plumbing, but we do radiant heat, and boiler system is definitely something we touch. This is definitely something you want to take a look at. One thing you want to do is to make sure that it's cleaned, it's flushed out, it's ready to go. Make sure that your zone valves are working. Zone valves are what controls the flow of the water into the pipes. You want to make sure that your electronics are working, that your thermostat kicks on. Maybe you might have some bad batteries in your thermostat. A lot of them are ran on batteries now. Check your batteries, make sure that they're good. One thing you want to do is make sure that you test it before the cold really hits. Turn it up to 70 degrees and go down and check to see if it's turning on and kicking on. One thing you want to make sure that you're doing, though, with a boiler system, especially the old cast iron style, is you want to make sure that, number one, you're flushing it out on a regular basis, and that would be once a year, and this is a good time to do it. Most people would like to do it, we as plumbers prefer to do it in the summertime. That way, if we have to take it down for a period of time, it's still warm and we don't have to change it out. But this is a good time. It's still warm enough to where you're not freezing at night. You can put in a little electric heater or whatever. It doesn't get super cold, but yet it's getting cold enough to where you want to start thinking about these things, right? Definitely want to make sure that it's getting flushed. Make sure that your heat exchanger is getting cleaned. Make sure that your pilot's looking good. Maybe your burner assembly's not good. You want to make sure those thermostats are good. That's a key. If those thermostats aren't working, the rest of your system's not going to be working. And again, you want to check those zone valves, make sure that they're kicking on, they're opening up the way they want to. You want to test each one of those thermostats, make sure that you know which zones go to which thermostats. If you don't know, obviously give us a call here at Aspen Mountain Plumbing. We can definitely show you that. We can definitely help you clean it, and we can definitely help you get it ready for the winter season. Great time to think about it, Charles. Great way to really think about that. Now, one thing you can do is sign up with the Gold Leaf membership, our membership club. It's $29.99 a month, and that allows you to have us come over and take a look at your water heater. We can take a look at your boiler. These are things that we look at in our annual inspection. We don't clean it on that inspection, but we can definitely schedule it to get it cleaned, or even get it ready to be ready to rock and roll if it doesn't need cleaning. That's one thing we can do while we're over there on our inspection. But that is a fantastic question. I like where you're headed here, Charles. I like where your thoughts are at. You definitely want to make sure that your boiler system's running, because come January, February, it's going to be cold. And you don't want to be without heat. We see it every year where people didn't maintain their stuff and they end up down, and it ends up being a problem. Great question, Charles. Hopefully I answered your question. As always, if there's any plumbing problem, give us a call at 307-922-4413. We'd love to help you out. Have a great day.